on your Saturday, December 25th. Hope you guys are doing well out there. I'm just coming in for a second here. I just had a few thoughts to share this particular time. Just a few thoughts. I'll tell you, I've been looking at headlines since yesterday, and I can't help but to, I can't help not, I can't help to not look away from all the AmFest dog and pony show and Tim Pool from Timcast. Oh, God. Some of these people I couldn't really stomach to deal with them 5 years ago. But now, okay. But it's like you can only take so much of this right, left, right dialectic in small dosages, in all honesty. So that's kind of what I'm on about here for just a second. So what I wanted to say was, one of the first things I ended up watching some of Tim Pool's cast, his show, the other day. And I'm just going to paraphrase this. You guys got to do the math. You got to do your own due diligence around here. You guys know that, most of you, for the most part. If you've been subscribed to this channel for 2+ years, you know what I'm on about. So you already know. So with that said, I was just listening to some of Tim Pool's comments, and he brought out this point about why to me, it's a rhetorical question, because it won't garner, nothing's going to happen, okay? He asked this question. He talks about how Candace is basically whipping people up. She's driving, I'm paraphrasing the Tim Pool's cast. Says that Candace is driving sane people crazy. We don't know what her motivations are. We don't know why. And then he comes in with the point, something that I say with tons of YouTubers, tons of content creators say all the time. Well, why can't we, why is she allowed to say all these things? I mean, he brought up some specific, I guess, guidelines or parameters in which he was citing that, allegedly she was violation of, according to the YouTube community. And I'm just thinking, this is why I think that this whole left-right dialectic it's a religion. It's a cult situation. Okay, because he's also, I also saw another episode, or at least a short, where he was melting down, and at least Candace's take on Tim was melting down, saying that, she's got this type of security. Oh, I can't do this, but she can do this and that. And thank you guys for loving on the like button. But then eventually he goes on to say, oh, well, she's just doing this so that she can, she's either driving the same people crazy, she's here to destroy the conservatives or the right wingers, and she's here to make sure that, this is paraphrasing, that the trans people can get whatever they want out of their surgical ambitions. I'm just saying. But see, this is the problem. If you're a lover of the vessel that brings you back to these dialectics, that's all these people are going to do. They're not really, is it really about truth? Or is it just about keeping you on through the chaos? Through the chaos, they got to keep you on. They got to keep that conflict going. They got to keep you on. And he had a panel full of some other content creators, some other influencers on some level. And yeah, basically saying that, to me, it's just going to, either he didn't know where he ranked in the scheme of things, which I find that to be, Pool is disingenuous to me, because how dare you suggest that you don't know that she's on a different level than you are? You don't know that, Tim Pool? I mean, whether you've got the same amount of followers or subscribers, or whether you're not bringing in the same amount of money or whatnot, you were never in the same space as her in the beginning. So that's the thing that's kind of annoying about all this infighting that they're doing. They're all pretending as if their ideologies, that the truther, or oh, I'm the common man representative here, and I'm not being justly, I'm not being allowed to tell my truth, but Candace over here, she can tell her truth, and she's really hot on the waves these days, and I get, and this happens to me when I do this, and she doesn't care, she's despicable, and it's all so scripted. It's all so scripted. You got to get out of here. The one maybe you're the baby. Maybe you need to go whine somewhere else. Get out of here. You're wasting your time. So but yeah, she is the one that, everybody's whining about Candace, oh, Candace is this and she can do this, but I can't do this. Well, when the common man, when the common YouTuber with less than six figure actual subscribers or whatever come on, we already know that we're not in the same, we already know where we rank in the scheme of things. It's just more, all they're gonna do is keep this the infighting, the cat fighting going on, the tit for tat, and this whole Amfest thing is going on, at least I think through Sunday. And I will say I did tap in just a little bit to listen to Erica Kirk talk about, her ideologies and how the legacies and all these things and blah 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 blah. And see there, I'm just thinking, to me, these whole Amfest shows, to me, I'm just thinking, and the whole thing is dripping with symbolism. You see how, shout out to Mr. Pearson, and even 6 years ago, you could see where that this whole purple rain, you see the whole Amfest thing, they're already showing you that there is no real party. There's no real, it's an illusion, okay? I tell you guys this all the time, red and blue make purple all day long. You do not have a de facto party over here that's gonna fight for this, and a de facto party over here in the blue team. You don't have that. It's all a one system agenda. That's what it is. Okay. And then to me, I'm just thinking, there's a tone in these pony shows. It almost like they're getting ready to try to take you to church when you're there. Okay. So she gets up there and talks about, how he was about truth. And I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't tell me she's about to get up here and start misquoting scripture, just like, I'm sorry to say the late Kirk did, because he did do that. They love to try to glaze things or front load things about God, and you have a purpose, and then before you know it, they'll take you to the edge, and before you know it, you're right back on the right dialect dog and pony show paradigm again. That's exactly what they do. So this whole show, I don't watch the whole thing, I haven't watched all the speakers, but from what I gather, there's more infighting. And I would imagine that this is going to go on until, the midterms. That's all they're gearing you guys up for. And like I said in a previous stream, these people actually think that they're winning something by, well, I'm team this one and I'm team that one. Oh, you're a coward for not calling. It's just a frenzy that leads to nowhere. Marcy T's here. How are you? I'm telling you, let me just say hi to everybody in the stream. Zachary Johnson 2692 says hi from India. Bruce Kibado, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Shout out to you guys from Philippines. Salamat po. Thank you guys for coming in. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going here. So I'm just saying, I'm just saying that all of this is, the infighting is not real. The rants and the rages that whether it's Shapiro versus Carlson, or that's all they're gonna do. All they're gonna just keep fluffing it up like eggs until the freaking midterms. That's all they're gonna do. But yeah, but these dog and pony shows, I would imagine that, I think JD Vance allegedly, according to some of the lines that I've read, according to the AP, I do believe that allegedly, you know, she said it on the stage. Erica Kirk said that she wants to get JD Vance to be 48 is what that's their mission. Okay. So that's there again. That's what it's all about. I do believe this thing is occurring in Arizona. I do believe it is right about now. Marcy. I don't know who this show me your dishwasher. You know, I'm gonna be honest. You guys that come in here with these silly little, there. Let me tell you something. There's nothing. Don't. You've got your identity. I'm not going through an identity crisis, dear. Maybe you are. Maybe you're going through an identity crisis if you don't know who you are. But my name is not. It doesn't begin with a C and it doesn't end with an O. It doesn't. I'm not your Oprah of the conservative party, if that's what you're on about. So beat it. And you guys, some of you guys need to get to raise your critical thinking a little bit better. Just because I'm not the person that's out front that has a thought or an opinion doesn't mean that there are people that happen to be of a darker skin complexion that actually has some thought and actually can critically think out here. Candace Owens doesn't. I'm sorry. You need to broaden your horizons. You're kind of in the bottom of you're a little bit narrow there. And it's really sad, but that's what our media does. That's what our system does. It puts people out front, and once they get their golden person, unfortunately the rest of the world, the masses, they're stuck. They're narrow-minded. They can't imagine anybody that can think for themselves or that can evaluate anything, that can even comprehend on a level that's higher than literal or even inferential. So like, don't come in here and insult me like that. Don't do it. To me, that'll be the first. I'll tell you, my moderators, anybody that compares me to CO from now on, drop them like a bad habit. Please drop them. You full on take them out. Take them all the way out. And maybe they can come back in when they get some intelligence or when they get some perspective on the world. I don't know. But enough of that. So yeah, go ahead and put them on, sign them up for the block party. But with that said, I'm just saying these dog and pony shows, and I have never gone to any of these. But where is it going? I tell you where it's going. All of this banter and all of this bickering and all this frenzy, it's going to take you right back to the left-right paradigm. That's what it's going to do. Okay? Because all these people have the presupposition that they believe in, they want you to believe that they believe in the things that they say, whether it's politically expedient or whether it's financially expedient for them or not. So yeah, I'm just saying, but I'll probably watch some of these other speakers that have already been there. It's almost like it's an indoctrination camp or something. It's just like they've got breakout rooms. I'm like, what exactly are you guys teaching people at AmFest? I mean, it's like, hey, what are you actually teaching people? You have breakout rooms? I mean, you're offering a course on what? I mean, I don't know. I mean, of course, this is not a new thing at all, but it's very cultish looking to me. I don't know. I'm just saying, I saw that there were high schoolers. Of course, Kirk acknowledged the high schoolers that were there. She acknowledged the college students that were there, saying, oh, they've got this incentive to get back out into back onto the campuses. It's called something Mike. I mean, it's not going to end. Let's see, who is this that's on here? Augustine Ramon Ruck 20. You can dislike by going to the three dots. Well, why don't you dislike? Why don't you get out of here and stop wasting your time and mine? Yeah. Thank you, Marcy T. Like, just get the. I mean, I don't mind you guys coming in here and having an opinion, but you're not going to come in here and and be abusive. I'm not here to be abused. That's what I'm not gonna accept that from you. I'm not gonna accept your gods, your idols, whether it's Candace Owens. If she's your savior, that's fine. Then go save yourself. Save yourself on her time. Go to her show and do your foolishness. But don't come over here with that, because I'm telling my moderators to take you out every time. Yeah, so it's probably some of these diehard, idolatry worshipers on here. They need to go back over to AmFest, or there's plenty of shows that you guys can go and troll on, and you can go to there's plenty of echo chambers for you. But this is not it. And so I just expect people, when they come in with these silly insults, just, if you have the stripes, roll them, get them out of here. But I'm not here for them. I'm not here for their entertainment. I'm not here to be their punching bag. I'm not here for any of it. Yeah, but somehow in the world, only certain people can have an opinion. We already have that kind of issue to deal with on social media, whether it's YouTube or whatever platform you're dealing with. But individual clowns are not going to come in here and start being disrespectful. They're just not. I'm not going to tolerate that. They could be anywhere in the world, but they want to come here. So yeah, but here we are. And if they get spammy, get them out of here. Just get them out. Don't think twice. Just get them out. So if you disagree with something, okay, disagree with it. But yeah, don't come in here throwing jabs. Don't. So yeah, but I'm gonna probably pick up some more of this. Watch some more of the Little Dog and Pony show, the AmFest show. I like I said, what is it? Shapiro. I'm sure I've missed Shapiro. I'm sure I've missed Carlson. I think Vance is scheduled to be on Sunday, so I'll probably tune into that. 737. Listen. You guys got another thing. Here's another thing. When you come on here, you're more than welcome to engage in what we're talking about, but you can't come in here and pose something that's completely, I realize there's no actual subject or topic on this one, but you can't come in here and just completely go left on something that's not there. I don't know what in the world. But yeah, so what I'm saying, I'll probably continue to watch some more of this stuff, but I mean, I did see a piece last night that I wanted to cover about now Trump's the person, I think the prospect for the Fed chair, what is it, Kevin Hassett? I think he echoed and pushed back on some of the reports or the Fox polls that people are not doing well financially. Whether it was 44%, 40 something percent thought one thing, and the other something percent thought, similar, not so good things that weren't echoing the same sentiment that Trump's putting on his addresses that he's done within the last 48 hours. So, but this Hassett guy did do an actual interview saying that the American public can expect larger refunds during income tax cycle this year. He even went down to, they stay on this campaign, the campaign's nonsense about, it's the tips, even for a waitress or whatnot. They're going to get at least $2,000, they're going to, the families are going to save a ton of money. And I mean, well, look, watch and see for yourself. Okay. Just watch and see for yourself. Like I said, I don't need anybody to tell me, what inflation looks like or what it doesn't look like. I mean, I buy my own groceries and whatever else. And then on top of that, I know I'm getting a little bit rambly. There was also a report that I read or that I watched that talked about how that they look to Home Depot. We're talking about the economy now. We're pivoting just a little bit. The economy. Talked about how Home Depot is kind of a benchmark, kind of an area in which they look to to determine what's going on, what the consumers are doing. But then they end up pivoting and saying that, oh, it's because of the housing market and the storms, with the hurricanes. Now typically people go out, they expect people to go out and stock up on generators and blah, 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 blah. It's like you're blaming the weather now. What telling you, the stuff that these people say, that this was a mainstream news, that this journalist was on here talking about how Home Depot's explanation that the Home Depot data didn't pan out due to people not purchasing generators and stocking up on roofing and building supplies because of the season. We didn't have the kind of season that they expected, and blah 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 blah. So I'm telling you guys, the deception is also going to continue. The deception about what's going on with this economy is going to continue. I don't know, into the spring. I don't know, but Black Friday, I think, is another thing that they're still trying to pivot around, that the numbers weren't where they thought they were going to be. So I'm just saying, we'll just keep an eye on all these things. So I've kind of pivoted from, I've talked about Tim Pool and his rhetorical narrative on Candace Owens and what she's doing to the party, and how she can get away with things as a content creator and violate things that no one else can. And then I pivoted over to Erica Kirk, which is, these people all speak the same language. They're all talking about truth and, well, this one can do this and this one can do that. And meanwhile, they're mudslinging against each other. So what else did I cover? And then I covered just about, I keep going back to the economy, because we talked about this on the report the other day, that the low risk industries and sectors were in construction, social health, social work, social health, as well as healthcare. And as I said, of course, these people need data centers built. That's another thing that's going on all over the country, from Wisconsin, Michigan, down into Louisiana, in Georgia heavily, that these communities are fighting these data centers, whether it's the Google one, the Meta, whatever, they're all fighting the construction of these data centers. And I'm just thinking, whatever happened to the good old EPA? I mean, environmentally, no one has any objections to this, or it just seems like they're going to sacrifice the common man, is what I'm telling you. You're going to be used, you're going to be abused to build the fourth industrial revolution. You're either going to merge with it in the ways that Klaus Schwab talked about in his book, or you might get rolled over. You're going to be subject to the environmental or the biohazards of these data centers. So these things are not going away. It's a new day. It's a new paradigm. It's a new day. The former world has passed away. These are the conversations that are not going to go away in 2026. In fact, there's going to be escalation of these issues, is what I'm saying. More AI rollouts. That's what they need to get this agenda going. I mean, your current president, of course, he supports AI. He supports AI reducing, the common man in places, in the job markets. I did see a report about the skilled trades, how we lack vocational schools, and well, who was responsible for that? Oh, that's right. We do have departments of education, a U.S. Department of Education. They've made a lot of decisions over at least a couple of generations by now that have dwindled all of those numbers down. So what'd you expect? What'd you expect when you have a reduction in those numbers? But then, of course, they come running back in. I think that's a part of their interagency agreement, is that they want the Department of Labor to be working with these schools and vocations now. So see, here again, the same people that bring the problems, they bring the solutions. And then where's that going to leave you? Where will it be in a few years? Where? Will we be able to say, I mean, to me, you're kind of past the point of return. You've passed the point of no return. So, I mean, it's already like the common man has already gotten generations, to me, of prosperity stolen by the same people that create the problems and the solutions. And I don't think it's going to get any better. But if you're out here holding on to this left-right paradigm, then you're sitting in a boat with holes in it, because all you're going to do is, if the pendulum swings back the other way in 3 years, all you're going to do is go back. You're going to go with the other side, allegedly. The other, you're going to go with the other version. Okay. I just think it's the iteration parties. The Purple Rain has iterations, folks. There's no true blue and there's no true red club. No, there isn't. So with that said, guys, maybe I said something that was thought-provoking, or at least maybe in some ways informative. And maybe I'll see you guys later today, and maybe we'll get into some other things. But like I said, to me, these shows are Amfest, Turning Point, Seven Mountain Club, and that's where they'll be. Honk Donkey 400, thank you so much for coming in. So yeah, I'm just saying, it's not, I don't really get, it's not really so much tiresome of watching this, people. You just watch them go back and forth. Just watch them go back and forth, and they continue to take people with them, and they think they're going somewhere. I'm sorry, people, but we're not actually going anywhere until we're actually going somewhere. We're not. But all right, guys, until then, maybe I'll bring you if I decide to bring you something more structured, or if I bring you some sound bites from the Dog and Pony Show, I will let you know. All right. And also, thank you guys. Let me go and say hello to everyone. And thank you guys for coming in and loving on the like button. I really appreciate that on your Saturday. I really do. And so we had Zachary Johnson. I'm not sure what your motivations are. 2692. Bruce Kibado. Marcy T. Prayer Warrior. Of course. Thank you, my sister. Thank you so much for coming in and for taking care of the nonsense. I don't know what this, let's see. I'm going to kind of help this person. Let me get him off the scene. Let's see. William Campbell 2797 and Honk Donkey 400. King's Lowings. Adams Kennedy. King's Olo Wings. Who didn't make a point? Share like, oh, is what we do around here. Who didn't make a point? I'm probably gonna give you about 5 seconds to clarify your point, or we'll show you the point that takes you outside. What is your point? S. Kennedy. Okay. All right. That's Adam S. Kennedy. S. Kennedy. All right. Thank you so much. Kings. Yeah, Kings. What is your point? Yeah, clearly the person's in a black hole. He wants to know what the black hole sounds like. So we should show it. We should let him see it. Let him hear it. Let him hear it. Yeah, but I appreciate you guys so much for coming in. So yeah, I did, I think my point is, I think my point is fairly, not only is it consistent, but I think it's also balanced. Yeah, not sure. Guess he just came, he wanted some attention and he didn't get it. So maybe he hit the door already. All right, guys. So I appreciate you guys so much for coming on. And like I said, maybe we'll check in with the Pony Show, the Dog and Pony Show, and see what's going on there. But like I said, I cannot, because I know I'm going to say this is my last point for the pointless, for those who don't have the ears to hear anything. But I noticed that when they would have these dog and pony shows, whether it's Turning Point or whether it's AmFest or whether it's whatever fest, they typically, it is like a congregation. The way even Erica Kirk addresses the crowd, it's almost like, you know, those people are there to literally follow them. You know, they always, like I said, they'll always take you back to politics. And to me, this is their religious, it is almost like it's a religious kind of, it's like they want to go through religion to get you to stay on board. They've got to get you to buy in. The buy-in is, to me, it's more political than it is religious, but at the same time, they misquote scripture. They do all kind of manipulation, all kind of blasphemous idolatry type skits, and it's disgusting to me. So, and that's the point where I'm not going to sit here and watch all of this stuff, because if you go back and watch some of those older Turning Point USAs, they do all kinds of things, and then they pivot and they send you right back to the left-right paradigm is what they do. And then they'll say, it's all in the name of Jesus. God has a purpose for you. And if you believe that, maybe that's why you're sitting at Turning Point USA or you're sitting at AmFest today. I don't know. If you know, God bless you. All right, guys. So with that said, I'm going to leave that alone. I appreciate you guys so much for coming in, and you have a great day too, Honk Donkey 400. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, I will see you later. Bye for now.